Hello, everyone. The masses. It is I, the greatness, the true one, the chosen. Uh, I can't go to bed without killing this thing. I want to get to chapter 5. I want to move on. I'm done with this place. I'm over it. I'm ready to leave this damn mountain. So, let's see what happens. I gotta make some stuff. Time for the warm-up. Let's do it.
You are seeking my life. The truth that I'm more than pleased to give you.
Crap. Nope. Oh, you clever girl. No.
I forbid.
I might. I'm gonna be honest with you. I might be getting sloppy. Let's tighten it up. Here we go. Let's do this. Oh, I screwed it up. I had him. I had him, and I screwed it up. I love that misses. Where is it? Right here.
None escapes the dark.
There we go. Nice. All right. Come on. What? All right. Screw you.
Come down, Grandmaster. I need you.
Whew. We did it. Ooh, animation time.
逐渐的搅动，
月光在惜别的城楼，
思念是眉间的药，
愿年年望相思，寻常最长久。
汹涌如潮流，
忐忑似轻舟，有你相伴，这一路多么多么自由。云卷
云舒
风起，
一周，
从立春到立秋，
在那一刻我爱上你的所有。忘了是心田的沟，
记得是老套的酒，
指引是相拥无言，
愿天黑花当你，总会说不够。
守这一路，可我有多久？
哦，
或者哀愁，绽放或者不朽，有缘无分，下一世莫回眸。
真情
难留
假意
未够，
相守，
今生有求。
下一世相遇，
请别再会。
You have grown in strength, but not in wisdom. You've not only hurt Bajia and his darling, but also laid waste to the seal of the High Ones. A grave misdeed. Mortal or immortal, all seek to break from the past and start anew. Yet destiny, like a lover's tongue, speaks one way and means another. Though you may savor it yourself, you can never tell if you truly want it or not.
Oh. An eye of the 100-eyed one concealed by a golden glow. This can be used in crafting weapons. Celestial ribbon. Another sky-piercing horn. The 100-eyed demon.
Long ago, the many-legged one was subdued by Bodhisattva Pilanpur and locked on Purple Cloud Mountain. Only by a plea from the celestial court was he spared. The immortals dispatch minions to enact their will, while they remain serene, as if playing a game of chess. Pity those pawns. They know full well what they are, yet they cling to false hopes and even take pride in it. The posts of the court have stood unchanged, but the same seat might not always be held by the same immortal. So too, the 7 Spider Guys. They boast an endless procession of generations. This one must be a high immortal from the court. Amid the trials of the 7 spiders and the many-eyed one, it was Bodhisattva Pilanpur who lent a hand. No aid from the court was given. But Wukong is ever heedless of rules. He might have sought higher places for help.
I love these tapestries.
This rooster is Pilanpur's son, the Dawn Star he was called. Through him is forged the Weaver's Needle, the one that subdued the many-eyed master. More than that, he once crowed a giant she-scorpion to death. Indeed, he is a bane to all insects. Even the sacred gourmand remains mundane if he clings to the ties of love. He was an admiral of the court, a pig in the mountains, and Bajia in the journey. Yet his nature remains unchanged. So be it. A guileless fool may know less sorrow.
Anything else? Oh, there's the mini-armed Dallas. There's Beetle Commander. That one thing from the bone pit. All right. Heading into chapter 5. Thank you all who's with me on this little journey. I really appreciate it. Golden Child, Crimson Blood. Baji seems pissed. Is that Baji? Alright, we're changing it up. Oh, but we're going with this one because I love my pots. Alright, I will be, well, let's go here real quick. Then I will be right back. And then we're going to kick these things' butts. Chapter 5, everyone. I'm back. Okay, we got some journal entries. Let's deal with the boss of this fight. And actually, it's all the sisters. In the Webbed Hollow, there were no children of the same age as the sixth sister. She usually spent her time with her elder sisters, who were all very nice to her. Only the fourth sister would strictly supervise her training. Sometimes, when she trained diligently, the fourth sister would take her to the mountain top to gaze at the scenery outside and tell her stories about the world beyond the mountains. Although she enjoyed following her fourth sister, the fourth sister often went into the mountains to investigate secrets unknown to her, claiming it was dangerous. She refused to take her along, which left the sixth sister feeling bored. One day, a flower viewing banquet was held in the mountains, and the lesser Yaoguais from the Mount Wushan came to deliver gifts. As usual, after completing their tasks, they were invited to stay and drink. The elder sisters were busy entertaining guests and taking care of the mother, so the sixth sister wandered off on her own. The steward guide, unable to refuse her, had to accompany her around the cave for a while. Two drunken pigwais saw the sixth sister and pointed at her, saying, "Is that the one?" The other pigwai replied, "Yes, that's the one." Feeling annoyed by their comments, the sixth sister retorted, "Why are you pigwais pointing at me? Where are your manners, and what did you mean for this and that?" The steward guy tried to signal the pigwais to shut up, but they continued, "Little girl, let us tell you a secret that everyone knows but you." The steward guy quickly tried to intervene, but the sixth sister earnestly said, "Go ahead." The two pigwais laughed and said, "Your father is a pig, just like us. You are a relative of our old pig family." Oh. Contrary to their expectation, the little girl didn't burst in anger or throw a tantrum. Instead, she pouted and spoke with a dismissive tone, saying, "You must be attempting to establish a connection with me because you lack skill in your craft and seek to exploit me. The one my mother chose would never be someone as despicable as you." Hearing this, the pigwise felt embarrassed and never dared to joke at her again. The fifth daughter of the Zhu family in the prime of youth was renowned for her stunning beauty. One night, dark clouds obscured the moon and a chilly wind spread over the ridge, signaling an impending storm. The fifth sister was accompanying her second sister in the village, overseeing the work of the lesser Yaoguais, when she spotted a traveling scholar seeking shelter from their lane. Feeling mischievous, she decided to play a trick on him. The scholar, being somewhat naive, was worried about his bookcase getting soaked and rushed to the deserted village without noticing the Yaoguais. He barely made it inside, bolted the door, and lit an oil lamp just as the rain began to pour heavily outside. Gazing at the rain through the window, the scholar was inspired to recite poetry. Zhu's land in turmoil, the court in disarray, like thunderclaps in clear skies. They sway, a clap of thunder word. The scholar thought he saw the window shake, but paid no mind until he finished reciting, feeling refreshed. As he finished the line, he noticed the window lattice move again. Assuming it was the wind and rain, he hurriedly shut the window. After finishing his poem, feeling refreshed, he suddenly realized someone was knocking at a door. He caught a glimpse of a graceful silhouette on the door's paper screen, and a sense of alarm washed over him as he entertained the thought that it could be Yao Guai. However, considering his own wretched and unremarkable existence, he somehow found solace in the idea of becoming a victim of beauty. As the scholar hurriedly got up and flung the door open, expecting to see the stunning Yao Guai, he was instead met with a horrifying sight. A ghost with disheveled hair and pus-filled eyes. Overwhelmed with terror, he let out a scream and instinctively pushed past her, desperate to escape the haunted house. Outside the door, the fifth daughter, playing with her delicate fingers, leaned gracefully against the wall, only to be knocked off balance. Angrily, she walked into the house, cursing the scholar for his rudeness, and happened to see an old bronze mirror on the desk. Picking it up, she found out that the storm had washed away her makeup, leaving her face a patchwork of colors, and with her wet hair covering it, she looked truly frightening. Even she couldn't help but laugh. In the old day, the Scorpion Lord brought his 4 sons to the Temple of Yellow Flower, seeking refuge. The 100-eyed Taoist master, coveting the power of this venom, promised to arrange marriages between the young spider Yaguais and the Scorpion Princess. Hence he called forth Violet Spider and 4 of her daughters to meet them. Once everyone was seated, the Taoist master asked the princess to introduce themselves one by one. The elder prince stood up, thumping his chest, and declared, "My skills were personally taught by my father. Among my brothers, I am the best bachelor. If all the sisters wish to marry me, don't let it cause any discord." Seeing the sisters frown, the second prince quickly stood up and interjected, "Sisters, please forgive my brother's recklessness. Strong as he is, which I admit I am no less capable, if you choose me as your husband, I will expand our domain and make it prosperous." The Taoist master was displeased by the second prince's ambition, and the sisters too remained non-committal. Turning their gaze to the third scorpion son, feeling the presence of their stare, he reluctantly said, "My brothers are all skilled, and my younger brother is also exceptional. Sisters, please consider carefully before making a choice." The fourth prince, disdainful of the third brother's lack of confidence, said, "My third brother is a bit awkward in temperament. I hope you don't mind. Although I am younger, my future is promising. Choosing me is choosing the future." After hearing their self-introductions, the Taoist master asked the 4 daughters of the Zhu family to express their opinions one by one. The eldest sister spoke. "With many sisters to look after and our mother's illness, I cannot lay down this burden and let my sisters suffer. My marriage can wait a few more years." The scorpions shook their heads, expressing regret. The second sister laughed coquettishly and said, "I'm busy managing the family business alone with many financial gaps to fill. If any of you are willing to help bridge these gaps, I might consider marriage." The Scorpion Lord's mountain had long since fallen into ruin, with no wealth to speak of, so the second sister's words effectively ended the conversation. The third sister, holding a fan, said, "I wish to marry someone with whom I can live in harmony. I love the poetry of Lu Yen. Have any of you read his works? It's likely that the 4 princes didn't know what poetry was, let alone who Lu Yen was. Consequently, everyone pinned their hopes on the 4th sister. Sitting at the end, the 4th sister hummed softly out boredom before speaking. "My sisters, you were too polite, speaking so tactfully that they probably didn't understand. The so-called meeting is just a scheme against us. We would end up with no gain, while they take our dowries and positions in our cave. How dare they consider us the ones to be taken advantage of? They call themselves princes, yet none of them are noble. If they truly had any skills, why not earn their own fortunes instead of showing off and making fools of themselves here?" After the 4 sisters' outburst, the conversation at the table shifted to criticizing her. Though apologies were exchanged, the topic of marriage was never brought up again. The third daughter of the Zhu family, graceful in demeanor and gentle in nature, loved reading and writing. Observing that her younger sisters were still naive and her 2 elder sisters were extremely busy, she focused on needlework and became the best weaver in the family. The fabric shop run by the second sister outside used weaving patterns designed by the third sister. The weavers in the cave were also trained by her. Due to her gentle and kind-hearted nature, she often found it difficult to command the Yaoguais. Thus, the 5th sister became her best assistant. While the 3rd sister taught with the weaving patterns in hand, the 5th sister followed with the punishing rule. If any weaver was particularly unruly, the straightforward 5th sister would report them to the second sister, who would then seal the offender in a cocoon to be used as food. Because the eldest and second sisters were often preoccupied with various affairs, the 5th sister had been following the 3rd sister since childhood. The 3rd sister was very quiet, so the 5th sister became her lively counterpart. The 2 sisters bickered and quarreled, but it made the days pass more easily. Among the books the third sister often read were those strange mortal anecdotes where she always found them fascinating and longed to experience those romantic scenes depicted. However, she was too wise to fall for any romantic scholar, knowing that most Yaoguais in those stories met tragic ends. The first sister. The eldest sister of the Zhu family was gentle and serene. Caring for her younger sisters like a mother, she meticulously managed every aspect of their daily lives. Even the straightforward second sister and the independent fourth sister behaved obediently and showed a touch of girlish charm in her presence. Each day she oversaw the cave's catering, everyone's clothing, and was the go-to for disputes, illnesses, joys, and sorrows, keeping her busy from dawn till dusk. There was always a steady stream of courier lesser Yaoguais coming to her with messages. My lady the second and fourth ladies are arguing. My lady the fifth lady scolded a weaver, and now they need an extra hand. Can someone be sent? My lady the sixth lady injured herself while practicing and asked for you to come and have a look. One day the lady of the house, her mother, called her to her side. As soon as she stepped into the hut, the tranquil scene of her mother admiring the flowers under a tree caught her eye. Her mother waved her over, saying, "The flowers in our abode are more beautiful than those in the upper realm." Meanwhile, outside the hut, the lesser Yaoguai in charge of catering was waiting for her to decide the menu, and the steward overseeing the cocoons was waiting to report matters. The eldest sister asked, "Mother, is there something you wish to instruct me on?" Her mother gently took her hand and said, "I just want you to accompany me in admiring these flowers." She smiled warmly and added, "I worry they will wear you out." The eldest sister looked at her mother and was suddenly transported back to many years ago, when her mother had held her hand in the same way as they admired the peach blossoms together. The flowers were beautiful then, and so was her mother. Dope. Alright. Lore is caught up. That was a lot of reading, everyone. And I hope you enjoy listening to it.
Time was I guarded the Celestial River with my boys 80,000 strong, and the puny revenants dared to impede me. That grand transformation of mine was the only reason you're still standing here. A proper kneel to show gratitude would be appropriate, no? Fooled me once, never again. Deceptive tactics like this pose no threat. I'll go size them up first. Keep pace, boy.
Where in the hell am I? I'm not missing anything, am I? Hundred-eyed Taoist master. Will this work? Violet Spider lowered her head, not daring to look directly at the hundred-eyed Taoist master. The master handed a needle to the old woman and said softly, "With what the monkey left behind and this vessel of mine, you have nothing to worry about. If both fail, come to me and I'll back you up." He paused as if a new thought had struck him and added, "If I act first, you will never see that pig again." Hearing this, the old woman quickly took the needle, thanked him, and left. Once the door closed, an immortal with a red scalp and crane face came in, holding a fly whisk. He emerged from behind the screen, looking at the master imposingly. The master bowed respectfully and reported, that pig in our hands, the destined one alone, will not cause any trouble." The great immortal remained non-committal inside. "Your little schemes are all under His Majesty's watchful eyes. He hasn't intervened out of respect for Her Majesty." The master chuckled dryly and replied, "Her Majesty's words, they've taken too much profit. This time our principal and interest must be taken back." The crane immortal flicked his fly whisk as if shooing away flies and said leisurely, "Once it's done, you leave, but they still have to stay." No expression could be seen on the master's face as he bowed deeply to the immortal. The stalwarts summoned from the underworld by the keeper were the lowest-ranking soldiers back there. With their daily duties to maintain the flow of the underworld, being sent to the mortal realm was akin to the days of a rest break from the relentless toil. Oh, I'm in the underworld. One day, as they patrolled Flaming Mountains, 4 stalwarts shared their stories. One pointed to the Furnace Valley and remarked, "This lava here makes me think of my task back underground. Those who committed arson in life are sentenced to embrace searing hot copper pillars, naked in our copper depth. We had to fuel the fire and scrape off burnt flesh once and again, and if we had a fire fall like it here, it would surely make things easier." Another added, "True, and those who broke families in life go to our iron death. We plant an edge of the blade tree into their back and hang them on the tree. Our endless days are spent sharpening the blades and trimming the trees. Sometimes the blade cuts through their flesh and they fall with wounds wide open. That's when we stitch them up, carry them from the ground, and hang them on the blade again. A giant iron ball like the one ahead would make the job much simpler. The third one chimed in, "You have it easy. Those who torture animals go to our bull depth. There they are trampled and gored by lava bulls. We must tend the bulls, fit them with iron hooves, and sharpen the horns. The crushed corpse must be dug out occasionally, lest they clog the path of the bulls. A flaming cart would be much better solution." Flaming cart. The last stalwart, gazing at the landscape of the flaming mountains, exclaimed, "This place is better than any of our depths. Don't you see? This is the best depth with state-of-the-art torturing tools. I'm now living in my dream." Hearing this, all the companions spat in disdain and left. In the southern camp of the kingdom of Utu, or Yue Tuo, Yue Tuo, near the western side of the flaming mountains, a cook in the army was tasked with delivering food to the soldiers each and every day. During his routine, he often noticed a shadowy figure telling him. When his courage led him to confront it, he discovered it was a pottery figurine armed with an arrowless bow, a truly peculiar sight. It is known that only the guilty are haunted. The cook, assured of his clear conscience, demanded, "Why do you always follow me?" The figurine, faceless yet speaking from within, replied, "In a past life, we were from the same town and served together in the army. I was wounded by an enemy arrow, and you abandoned me. I was left to succumb to my infection and die. My resentment prevented me from reincarnation, and Yama, the king of the underworld, made me a revenant. I have come now for your life." Puzzled, the cook asked, "Then why not kill me?" The figurine raised its bow, replying, "This bow shoots only arrows of punishment. You've been reasonably upright in this life, so I find no arrow to strike you. My only choice now is to linger aimlessly." The cook asked if there was anything he could do to stop its wandering, but the figurine spat back, "It was your fault. You should atone, not help me. Your debt will clear once you've recited Buddha's name for me 10,000 times and kneeled to each. Then I might find peace." Enraged by such entitlement, the cook argued, "Your fall in enemy hands wasn't my arrow. Your failure to evade wasn't my push. Leaving you was a choice, not a crime. Why blame me?" With that, he smashed the pottery figurine with his meal lid. The figurine shattered and turned into dust and wind. Alas, even ghosts dread violence. Reflecting on one's actions is essential, and kindness is a virtue, but beware of being exploited for your good heart, lest the accused becomes the accuser. In the kingdom of pure joy there dwelled a high official from a lineage of glory. His father, a beacon of honor and privilege, has passed recently. Not long after, the official himself met a sudden death. Yeah, this is a lot of reading. His soul, bewildered, found himself in the depths of the underworld. Surrounded by terrifying sights, he came to a halt before a colossal stone gate and peered inside. There he saw charred corpses on their knees, twisted and shrunken from the relentless flames. Their faces erased under chains and shackles. Among them, one scorched figure struggled to rise, shouting, "Zirong, my son, it's me, your father." Better, the official's childhood's name resonated with truth. He hastily asked, "Father, why are you here?" "I held so many rituals made for your passage." The charged spirit replied, "They're futile. Virtues in life bring fortune in the next, but wrongdoings must be paid now. My misdeeds caused many deaths, and Yama condemned me to the ceaseless depths. To burn eternally, my son. Do not follow my path." Then 5 more charged spirits emerged, his ancestors going back to his great-great-grandfather, all echoing the same warning. Suddenly, a chilling wind blew, and the stone gate slammed shut. The official awoke back among the living. For a time, he lived modestly, yet the hardship of simplicity soon wore him down. Convincing himself that was nothing more than a dream, he slipped back into his lavish ways. Oh. Oh, well, isn't that nice? Oh, this armor isn't worth it. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I could make it. Oh, that's tempting. Oh, let's see what's in the store. See what's new at the old Ruri village. I think it's kind of cool you could totally miss this and not have access to this. All bought out.
Self-refinement is the way. It retains the energy of both this world and beyond. You'd better follow a prescription, brave one. From yin and yang, 5 elements emerge. Each nature inherits its unique creation. Each form embodies a universe.
There we go. Oh, that's the stuff.
Seek from within to ascend. Seek from without to craft pills. A wondrous marvel of the universe.
Oh, yeah.
No shame in taking the pills. More unfair are the innate skills.
Dewdrops, honey brew, sheep curd, pop. Tipple, I drink all. If only I could drink this with my old friends. Now you can finally drink deep and full. Drink.
Hmm.
It can lead to success or failure. Do drink wisely.
What do you think of my work? In this world, leaving so soon. Do visit from time to time.
Back so soon. Give it here. I'll get to pounding. Master of Arms stays firm. Go. And rest assured.
We're gonna get to the first boss. Don't know if we're gonna kill it, but that's probably where we're gonna call it for today. Yep, found him.
Lad, it can't be you. I thought you were one of them. What happened to me? Vanguard of the Bull King is relieved you're unharmed. Consider yourself lucky. I knew of you long ago. The thing you seek, the king must know about it.
stinking corpses. Some coffin guards passes up. You'll find a way to destroy the man. They're called five-element carts, an evil and powerful invention of the king's son. I'm afraid they're not only guarding the passes. Trust me, there's more to it. Got to hold my ground at the entrance for a while. Can't imagine the chaos without me.
Okay. Alright. That is where we're calling it, folks. Oh, thank you for everyone who watched this. I know this is going to be a weird one. I guess it's going to be a three-parter. So I'll try to get all this stuff uploaded tomorrow. And I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you very much. You're awesome.